Angels member accused of murder is back behind Arizona bars in Arizona, 15 years after initially fleeing the country. Paul Eichscheid was one of the nation's most wanted fugitives and fled from the law for years, according to the U.S. Marshals Service. The 46-year-old is charged with participating in the slaying of a Phoenix woman that was linked to a federal investigation of the motorcycle group in 2001. Eichscheid, after his initial arrest in 2003, was released on his own recognizance and placed under electronic monitoring. He then removed his monitoring device, obtained a fake passport and a new identity before fleeing the country. After years of searching, Eichscheid was found in Buenos Aires in 2011, where he had been imprisoned by Argentinian authorities. He has fought extradition to the United States for the past 7 years. Last month, the Argentinian government announced that Eichscheid had exhausted his appeals within its legal system, spurring his extradition and landing him in a Maricopa County jail. Party leads to brutal death in 2003, Eichscheid was arrested on charges of drug trafficking and acts of organized crime, which included the kidnapping and homicide of 44-year-old Cynthia Garcia in 2001. Garcia, a mother of 6, was severely beaten, thrown into a car trunk, taken into the desert and stabbed 27 times before being partially decapitated, investigators said. She was allegedly attacked while attending a Hells Angels clubhouse party in Mesa and had made negative comments about the group, according to investigators. Fellow Hells Angel Kevin Augustiniak was considered Eichscheid's counterpart in the slaying. In 2012, Augustiniak pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for his role in Garcia's death. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison. During his trial, Augustiniak's family claimed that Michael Kramer, a federal informant who was working to investigate the Hells Angels under Operation Black Biscuit, had killed Garcia. Kramer, who didn't reveal his role in Garcia's death until he was working with the government, was sentenced to 5 years of probation. Black Biscuit, success or failure? Operation Black Biscuit, since its conclusion, has been viewed as a successful covert operation by some and an out-of-hand sting by others. Initiated by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, Black Biscuit was an attempt to infiltrate the Hells Angels through the use of undercover investigators. Spanning an almost 2-year period, the infiltration led to the indictment of more than a dozen members associated with Hells Angels, including Augustiniak and Eichscheid due to their involvement in Garcia's death. Then the cases made their way through court. Disputes began to emerge between ATF agents and federal prosecutors. Problems arose in the roles that undercover operatives played in the investigation. Eventually plea deals were granted to those initially indicted and, for some, federal charges were dropped. Whether or not the operation was truly a success remains unknown. Who are Hells Angels? The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, commonly referred to as Hells Angels, was founded in California in 1948, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. The group is considered one of the more famous outlaw motorcycle gangs, and is well known for having an extensive and exclusive membership and initiation process. Even though the international club claims they are nothing more than a biker society, law enforcement officials have accused the Hells Angels of participating in criminal activity. The FBI continues to list the group as an outlaw motorcycle gang in its National Gang Report.